Dory Stein is a writer who lives in Maine who has just published her second novel. It's called Spectacular Things, and it's already making quite a splash here in Maine. She's with us here on 207. Thank you for coming in. Good to have you here. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me here.
So, as we say in journalism, let's not bury the lead. This book was chosen for an honor in publishing that writers would kill for. What happened?
I was ambushed on a Zoom call with my publisher, and it turned out it was Reese's book club of the month for July. And Reese's whole team was there, and they thought it would be this really fun, exciting moment. And instead, I just burst into tears.
Reese Witherspoon's book club choosing your book as its selection. What does that, I mean, let's not be crass and talk about money, but just what does that term mean in terms of sales?
It's just exciting as far as the exposure goes. Spectacular Things is about sisters, it's about soccer, and it's set in Maine. So it's so exciting locally to get to tell people it's Reese's book club pick. The opening line is, "The bridge is up." And so it's just really fun to have people in Maine be like, I know exactly what she's talking about.
Anyone who lives certainly between Cape Elizabeth, South Portland, and Portland knows all about the bridge being up. We live our lives by that. At what point did you know that's how I want to start my book?
Oh, so I have been caught on that bridge more times, I think, than the average person. And I think as a writer, I always let my imagination go every which way. I have a friend who writes thrillers, and so she had it go in the direction of, there's a murderer on the bridge. And I was like, what's the worst thing that could happen to me? Oh my gosh, being 9 months pregnant and getting stuck on the bridge.
You wanted to write in part about soccer. Why?
I grew up playing soccer. I love soccer. My best friends today are friends I made on club teams when I was 10, 11 years old. And then the U.S. women's national team has been this fixture in my life. 1999 was a big year for them. 2019 was a big year for them. And the whole time I was just fangirling so hard. So it was a great way to stay in that world for as long as possible.
And this book gave you an opportunity to take your fangirling to a whole new level, because even though this is fiction, you wanted to get the details right, and you reached out to at least one former player on the U.S. women's national team, right?
Yes, Lori Lindsay, a former player, was really kind and generous with her time and spoke to me on multiple occasions. The director of communications for the national team did too, the sports psychologist did. And it's so funny, Rob, because when you're writing a book, it's not called stalking, it's called research.
What did she tell you that you wouldn't have known on your own?
Oh, it's so fun. So Lori was talking about the different traditions and superstitions that teams have, that players have. And so for her, she would always dress her left foot first. She was neurotic about it. She wouldn't go out to the field. She would have to do like her sock and her shin guard, always the left foot first.
This is a book about sisters. Any book that is about family always presents opportunities for conflict, which is what writers thrive on. You got good material there, right?
It's terrible what we do to these characters we love so much.
Did you have fun writing this book?
I had the best time. I think the soccer led the way. And then I have a younger sister. I love her so much. She drives me crazy. She also drives me to be the best version of myself. And so it's kind of, I think the story is a love letter to sisters and to teammates. And I think there are a lot of parallels about these people who push us to be on the brink of our sanity, but also to be the best versions of ourselves. As
we said, this is your second novel, your third book. Your first book was your memoir about your years working in the Obama White House as a stenographer. The book is called From the Corner of the Oval. Now, in that case, your first book, you knew what had happened, so it was just a matter of getting it down. When you're writing fiction, you got to make it all up. How challenging is that for you to come up with a plot that moves and works?
It's 6 years worth of struggling, and so I'm so proud of this book for exactly that reason. It's so different than a memoir where it's more recounting what happened, and this was like a constant struggle of self-doubt. And at the end of the day, it's like I have teammates, I have former players, I have players at every level reaching out saying, this rings so true, thank you so much. So that's like the greatest gift I can have, is that people in those positions are saying, yeah, not bad.
Has Reese Witherspoon expressed any interest in making this into a movie or a TV series?
We'll see. It's definitely on the table, but it's very early to know anything. The film world is very different than the book world.
Yeah. All right, fingers crossed, though.
Fingers crossed. And all the superstitions that come with soccer players.
Yeah, are you putting your
My left foot first.
left foot first every single time in
Yeah.
hopes that it turns into a movie? Again, the name of the book, Spectacular Things. Beck, thanks so much for being with us. We really appreciate it. We've got more information about Spectacular Things by Beck Dory Stein in the 207 section of our app or website. Stick around. We're going to return in just a moment.